Hey, it's Lisa Robbin Young here, and this is the first video in a series of videos that I'm doing to help you guys jumpstart your 2012, your new year. And we're talking about something today that I think you've all felt, but you may not have identified it this way. And it's called the flinch. And I didn't coin the term. Julian Smith, the author of the book The Flinch, coined the term. And I'm actually going to make a link available so that you guys can download the book for free. It's an ebook. And I want to read this passage to you and then relate it back to what we're going to talk about today. When coming across something they know will make them flinch, most people have been trained to refuse the challenge and turn back. It's a reaction that brings up old memories and haunts you with them. It tightens your chest and makes you want to run. It does whatever it must do to prevent you from moving forward. If the flinch works, you can't do the work that matters because the fear it creates is too strong. Again, that's from Julian Smith's book, The Flinch, and the link's on this page so you can go download that and get to reading on it. It's a short read and it's a really powerful book about that point where we feel like, ugh, and we either do the thing or we don't do the thing. Now, let's talk about the thing that you need to be doing to grow your business, and that's ring ring, getting on the phone. I know, because I've built my business substantially using the internet, but you still gotta get on that phone. And I have a very personal story about phone phobias. When I was younger, in my late teens, early 20s, I hated the telephone. I mean, like literally had a phobic aversion. If someone called me, I had no problem. I could pick it up and I could talk it all the day long. But when I had to pick up a phone and even like call to order a pizza or call my teacher, my professor to let them know I wasn't going to be in class, anxiety, massive anxiety over this phone. And I would like dial 3 numbers and hang up, dial 4 numbers and hang up, dial 5 numbers and hang up, dial 7 numbers and hang up, dial 7 numbers and let it ring one time and then hang up, and would basically psych myself up into finally just staying on the phone. Well, I eventually overcame the phobia because I was a legal secretary and I worked in a law firm where we had to call the court all day, every day. And, I was told you have to call XYZ person. I'm like, okay. I was told I have to do it, so I have to do it. And for some reason in my brain, I could do it when someone else told me to do it, but if I was doing it myself, the anxiety that came over me was, oh, I'm going to dial the wrong number. Oh, they're going to make fun of me. Oh, they're not going to like what I have to say. Oh, whatever. I mean, there were so many reasons why I wouldn't call. And I recognize that as a direct seller, we often have a similar problem. When I talk to clients, time and again, the reason they don't want to get on the phone is one of two things. One, they don't want to sound pushy, which is the same as reason number 2. They don't feel like they have anything of value to say to the person that they're calling. Because when I ask them, can you call your mother on the phone? Well, sure, no problem. Can you call your sister on the phone? Sure, no problem. Can you call your best friend on the phone? Sure, no problem. Then why do you have a problem calling your customer? Well, I don't want to sound pushy, or I don't really know what to say. And that's why we look for word choices, which can be helpful, but they can also be very limiting, because what if you start to speak outside of what the word choices are that you selected, and then you're in this realm of discomfort. Word choices to me are a crutch. They're something that we use when we don't know what to say, but we also haven't practiced getting good at saying the right things or saying things. We don't look for word choices when we talk to our friends. We just talk to our friends. If we're truly building a relationship-oriented business, we need to treat our clients like they're our friends. Okay? We need to build that relationship. So here's what I want you to do to help you overcome your phone phobia. Okay? And to help you build the muscle of having something important to say to people. So yes, I'm giving you a word choice, but at the same time, I'm teaching you to develop friendships with your clients. Because if every time you pick up the phone, the only reason you're calling them is because you want something from them, that's why you feel like you're being pushy. So let's pick up the phone with a reason other than trying to hawk our wares, book a show, or get them to join our team. Let's call them because we like them. Let's call them and tell them that we like them. Let's become friends with our best customers. Sound good? Gonna play with me here? You gonna feel the flinch and do it anyways? Here's what you gotta do. Over the next few days, before New Year's, okay? 5 to 10, if you're really feeling ambitious, 20 of your best customers. And I want you to call them on the phone, and I want you to wish them a Happy New Year. That's it. Don't sell them anything. Don't try to sell them anything. Don't ask them about a show. Don't ask them about their guest list if they're already booked. Don't talk business. Do it. You don't. Pick up the phone and wish them a Happy New Year. Everybody celebrates a different holiday or they don't celebrate at all. So we're not even going to go in that realm of, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? Everybody celebrates New Year's in one way or another because we all have a new year to celebrate. So pick up the phone and say, hi, Sally, this is Jenna, and I just wanted to call and say thank you for being one of my best customers this year and to wish you and your family a Happy New Year. Have a great day. Click. That's it. Now, if they say, hey, by the way, I wanted to tell you, that's great. Thank you so much for that. That's not why I called. I really just called to wish you a Happy New Year, but okay, I'll take that business, or okay, I'll book that party, or okay. And what you'll find is, more times than not, they're going to be surprised. Really? You didn't want anything? You were really just calling to say Happy New Year? Wow. Now think about that. If they are truly your best customer, if they are really becoming a good friend of yours in your business, why are they surprised that you're wishing them a Happy New Year? I learned this the hard way. I had some team members, and I thought I was going to be just this great, wonderful person, and I called them on Thanksgiving, this was a few years ago, to wish them all a happy Thanksgiving. And most of them were like, oh, that's really nice, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I had one new recruit who was from out of the area, so we had never met personally. I think she lived in Texas. And I called her, and she picked up the phone, and I'm like, hey, it's Lisa Robbin Young, how are you? She's like, it's Thanksgiving. I'm like, yeah, I was just calling to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't understand why you would be calling me on Thanksgiving and, family and blah, blah. And she went on about how it was very unexpected for me to be calling her without wanting something. Right. Yeah, now you know how I was feeling, right? Not a good time. So it was really a lesson to me that if I want these people, whether they're my team members or my customers or my hosts or my colleagues in the industry, to really see me as a friend, I got to treat them like one. I got to call them when I don't have business on the brain. I got to send them an email and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, how are things going for you? I got to send them a tweet or ping them on Facebook and say, hey, hope things are going for you, well for you right now. I got to be their friend. What a novel concept. If these people are truly the best in your business, don't you want to be friends with them? So pick up the phone, and I mean pick up the phone, and call these people with no hidden agenda. 10 calls, 10 minutes, especially if all you're doing is leaving a voicemail. I think you can find 10 to 20 minutes in the next 5 days to make a call. It's 1 call a day, maybe 2 calls a day. If you're really ambitious, 4 calls a day. I think you can handle it. And then let me know how things are going for you. Shoot us an email, info@directsalesclassroom.com, and I would love to hear how this is going for you. I also want you to gauge, how are you feeling before you make the call? And how are you feeling when you hang up the phone? Let that be a guidance for you as to how you need to look at running your business as you roll into the new year. That's it for me today. If you're interested in seeing more free tips and getting more free training next year, make sure you're on the mailing list because, like I said, January 1, it all goes bye-bye. It's not going to be free anymore. You have to be on the list, and we will start charging for our newsletter list next year. So, that said, there's a little box. Get yourself registered, and we'll talk to you in the next video.